Now, why is this interesting? Well, it's an all-time high. So, of course, that means that skins are more expensive than ever. Something kind of wild happened over the last few days. Boom. There we go. If you don't know what this is the CS2 market cap graph. As you can see, right now, at this moment, we're at an all-time high of $5.226 billion. Basically, what this means, if you take every single skin, take its market price, add it up, every single skin in existence, it would be $5.226 billion. If you wanted to own every single skin in the world, buying them at market price would cost you over $5 billion. Now, why is this interesting? Well, it's an all-time high. So, of course, that means that skins are more expensive than ever. You know what? I do want to open a case. Let's open a case because it's going to demonstrate a point. Watch what's going to happen. I'm going to spawn a brand new skin out of nowhere. Hopefully, it's a knife, but even if it isn't, that's fine. But I want the knife. Okay, that's a USB stainless. It could have been way worse. In field tested, guess what? I just spawned this knife out of nothing. So what does that mean? Well, since I spawned this knife out of nothing, I just increased the market cap of CS2 skins by $4.89. So that's kind of the caveat with market caps, is that an all-time high doesn't really mean too much when you consider the fact that new skins are being introduced every single day, right? When you unbox a field-tested pair of sports gloves hedge mazes, this number goes up by $9,000. Everything else being the same, even if skins aren't going up in price. So if skins were perfectly flat in price, if they were not changing price, the market cap would still be going up, just because there's new skins being introduced into the circulation every single day. Now, that being said, take a look at this. The market cap over the last week or so, month or so, couple of weeks, has increased like crazy. It was at under $4.7 billion 3 weeks ago. So in 3 weeks, 21 days, the market cap increased by over $500 million. That is $70 million a day of extra market cap. That is not just from new skins. People aren't opening $70 million of skins every single day. You will increase the market cap when it is available on the market. I think they don't have to be listed. It's just every single skin. You just multiply its current market price by its supply and add it up for every single skin, and that's the market cap. So this, the rate that things been increasing is kind of crazy. Take a look at this. We'll go into why this is happening. Evil Geniuses Hollows. What are they today? They are $142. Since I made that video about a week ago, they over doubled in price. They were at some point over 150 bucks. This is not the only thing that's happening. Take a look at this. Renegades Hollow. Check this out, bro. Stockholm 2021 Renegades Hollows, $56 today. They were $67 at some point. They started at less than $2.50 just 1 month ago. This is a trend with many, many skins. Take a look at this. M4 leaded glass. Take a look at this. Started at $6. Now is at $7. But if we look at the factory new one, that will blow your mind. Look at that, is not natural. Started at 48, peaked at 134. Something's going on. Someone is pumping the market. Of course, people like to say it's the Chinese skin market that's pumping everything. StatTrack is literally cheaper than non-StatTrack. This is how you know that this is not natural. This skin objectively is worth more than its non-StatTrack counterpart, and it's $30 cheaper. This is how you know something's off, and you should be cautious. Let's take a look at a few other examples. M4 Coalition. I'm just gonna click a random condition. I happen to click minimum wear. $370. Started at 160 bucks earlier this month. Look at the Mac 10 Fade. Mac 10 Fade factor. What? 150. They were $78 a month ago. They're now 150. I thought they were ridiculously expensive at 78. Dude, it used to be $150 to get the item that this trades up to. The SG Bulldozer and the dual Berettas. What else went up like crazy? There's so many other skins that went up like crazy. I want to say there's gloves, but for that, we're going to have to look at CS Float, because the gloves I'm thinking of, the Arid gloves, I think they're too expensive in field tested. I think these went up. Oh my god, yes they did. Check that out. They started at 1,800. They're now selling for 2,100. Okay, that's not as crazy as I thought. There has been an image going around Twitter where someone had a case. It said, I want to say it was a kilowatt case, but I can't remember. So here it is. Yep, it was a kilowatt case. It said kilowatt case, volatile, connect with arms dealer. This is what people don't know what it's going to be. A lot of people are thinking that you're going to be able to just pick a skin and straight up buy it. And that would mean that there would be preset prices. The market would be pretty much cooked. nuked. There's no way that's going to be the case. Valve isn't going to nuke their own game unless they're like forced into it, but then they're going to try to figure out something. Just think of the French X-ray case opener. They were forced to stop case opening, at least in the way that they had it implemented in France. So they figured out a loophole, and now it's essentially the same thing with a different layer of paint on it. So no, I'm not worried at all about what this is. Even if you can buy skins similar to renting, I don't think it's going to be a problem, because with rented skins, I can't show you because I don't have a key right now. Rented skins are completely different from regular skins. They disappear after a week. You can't trade them up. You can't apply stickers. Basically, you can't do anything with them but use them for 1 week. I think the Volatile case update is going to be something similar. You're probably going to be able to buy a shadow skin. Similar to a rented skin, nobody would see that you have it. It wouldn't be a regular skin. Maybe you could open a kilowatt case, go to the arms dealer, say, I want the AK Inheritance, and you get a shitty version that only exists for you, costs X amount of money. I don't think it's going to be that different from renting, but I could be totally wrong. I have no information. But rest assured, Valve is going to do anything that they need to do in order to keep their money printer alive. So I wouldn't be super scared. I mean, if you just look at this, people aren't super scared. The market cap is going up like crazy. Wouldn't it be a way for Valve to try to crash prices on third-party sites to keep more sales to community market? No, absolutely not. While I do think that they want to capture more market share on the Steam market, if they crash prices on third-party marketplaces, they crash prices on the Steam market as well. And if they crash prices too much on purpose, people will see through that, and people will be like, well, this company just shat on my investments. I'm not putting any money more. I'm not putting any more money in this game. Yeah, they probably want to get more volume onto the Steam market, but the way to do that is definitely not to crash prices. Definitely not. Have I seen the M4 Buzzkill? Let's take a look. I have seen it, actually. I think this was one of the examples where StatTrack was cheaper than non-StatTrack. Oh my god, it is. Regular non-StatTrack factory new, $400? Nah, bruh. 400. Non-StatTrack, $375, selling for $360. StatTrack skins are now cheaper than non-StatTrack. This has been the case for knives for quite a while. And while I don't think this should be the case, this does kind of confirm that it's the Chinese market pumping prices of non-StatTrack skins. Because here's the thing. Remember when CS2 became a thing in China? Before that, StatTrack knives were actually more expensive than non-StatTracks. But if I check out a Karambit Doppler, for example, today that is not the case. Non-StatTrack Karambit Dopplers, just cheapest phase, regular phase 3 Karambit Doppler non-StatTrack, $2,875. StatTrack, $2,500. Even though it's 10 times rarer. Is this a trend that is now going to be the case for regular skins as well? Or is it simply the case that people are manipulating the non-StatTrack ones, but they're not manipulating the StatTrack ones? I don't know. I do want to check out, because I know I just picked up this M4 Royal Paladin in a cash trade. StatTrack factory new. Am I rich now? Let's see. I must be rich. Surely I'm rich. Regular factory new. $315? Oh, $416? Holy shit, I'm rich. Wait, am I? Oh, never mind. They're the same. They barely went up. People saw that the Evil Geniuses Hollow from Stockholm went up like crazy. Take a look at the RMR. This was just a few days ago. Nothing. Flat. 40 cents, 30 cents, 50 cents. Boom! $5. That is not natural. That is so unnatural. It's not even funny. Market doesn't look like it's going down. It has stabilized at the 5 bill. My guy, can you please use your eyes? This is anything but stable. This is stable. This stable-ish. This is not, it has not stabilized. It's going up at an insane rate. It's going up at a rate that basically was never achieved before without a crash right after. Do I think these will go up more? I don't know. If I knew, my inventory would reflect it. I don't know what's gonna happen, and therefore the only thing I'm doing is business as usual. I'm not buying any particular skin. These cases are for opening later. They're under trade protection. I'm not buying any particular skin. I'm not buying M4s. I'm not buying the Mac 10 Fade. I'm not buying Evil Geniuses Hollows. I think buying into hype is stupid. Even if you think it's gonna keep going, not even, because you think it's gonna be, what am I talking about? I think that the reason it's stupid is because you think it's gonna keep going up, but it's not. Eventually, it's gonna crash. I know I already gave this example, but if we take a look at the Stockholm Hollows, most expensive. Evil Geniuses, $142. Team Spirit, which is effectively the same sticker, same hollow effect, very, very similar shape, $20. Then we go back one page. Fury Hollow. Once again, the same hollow effect, arguably a better looking sticker with more hollow surface, $13. This is not fueled by crafts, unless you want to say that it looks like a G. But there are better stickers that look more like a G, you know. And let's be real, you shouldn't be doing crafts like that. Who the fuck are buying these for $150? I have no idea. People who think it's gonna keep going up. Check the sold number on the Evil Geniuses Hollow from RMR. I got you. There's 4,000 listed on the market right now. Let's take a look at these sales numbers. 800 in an hour, 2,800 in an hour, 1,000 in an hour, 2,000 in an hour. Bro, the market's cycling, or the market's selling through its whole supply in 2 hours. It's got a 2-hour market supply. That's crazy. Or whatever the proper term for that is, I don't know. Yeah, someone's mass buying this. Honestly, I think what happened is people started manipulating it, and then once they saw the price chart go up from the manipulation, others are like, oh my god, it's going up. I gotta buy in. It's going up. It's gonna keep going up and up and up. And then when people believe enough, they keep buying in, which keeps pushing the price even higher. And it comes to a point where it's incredibly unstable, and people are like, okay, surely it can't go higher than this. All you need is one whale to start selling off. The price dips, everyone else sells off. So this is incredibly dangerous. I would not buy into these. I do have a bunch of Stockholm 2021 Legends sticker capsules though. Of course, these contain the Evil Geniuses hollows. So of course, people are trying to unbox them. Its price went up like crazy as well. I want to say I have around 200 to 300 of these. The only reason I haven't sold a piece is because they're on my trade ban account. That's trade banned for another 29 days. I would have sold at least half of my supply if it wasn't for this. So I mean, I don't know. I don't like to give investment advice, but what I always like to say is when you're in profit, it's never a bad time to sell. It's never a bad time to lock in some profit, even if it keeps going higher. That's fine because you locked in profit, you made money. People often ask me if they should sell. This is always what I say. But at the same time, you gotta make up your own mind about it. I forgot to take a look at the agent market again, because how many agents are there above $100 though? And I also need to take a look at the FBI sniper agent. Where is he? FBI sniper. There he is. $72 for the sniper, dude. It actually was at $80. It has cooled down a little bit now. I really wanted to buy a full set of agents. I was waiting for them to crash in price. They never did. Oh my god, there's so many above $100. Oh my god, wait. I have my 2 agents. These 2, the Sir Bloody Miami Daryl and the D Squadron Officer, are what I actively use in-game every single game I play. They're essentially the 2 most expensive agents. That's crazy. I picked the best looking ones, clearly. There are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 that are above $100, and Crasswater the Forgotten is incredibly close. Is this a bubble? I don't know. Vipasista, what's she at? Damn, okay, she was quite expensive before too. I wonder what the biggest come up is. Like this Tenente guy, like why do people like this agent? I don't understand. It's so bulky. And bro's $140. I don't know. Guys, be extremely cautious buying into hype. Honestly, just don't do it.